Don't you just hate it when you employ some gardeners and they show up and they're just spineless? April Fools. I'm going to show you what I'm going to do with this in just a minute. Okay, so the concept of this is basically it combines recycling with composting. Passive composting is what I like to call it. I was introduced to this back in Master Gardener's class some years back, and I would really want to try this now. This takes the place of your typical compost bin. So the reason why I don't do the pallet composting bins is because those pallets come over here to my country, US, and I don't know, they're not really regulated as far as what chemicals are used on them to keep insects out of them. And so all of those chemicals are going to leach into my compost, and then that compost is what I'm going to put in my garden. So I don't know, there's whole big debates over that, and I just don't want to fool with it. I just would rather not use it. I would rather go out and buy wood that I know what's on it, but who can afford wood right now, right? But I can afford to recycle, and so I'm going to have little mini worm farms in and throughout my gardens. Okay, it's a very simple concept. So if you could do something passively, I say go for it. That's not being lazy. That's just freeing up your time and your energy for other projects, and you don't have to be like laborly intensive stirring compost or tending to some sort of a worm farm or something. I would just rather do it as simple as possible. So I'm basically going to take this food grade tub, and I'm going to drill holes in it big enough for earthworms to crawl in and crawl back out. And then every morning when I come outside with my potato peelings, carrot shavings, egg shells, coffee grounds, those kinds of things, the things that my chickens won't eat, my dog won't eat, it would have to go in the trash otherwise. And you can just put those in this. As it's buried in your garden, you just put those scraps down in there, and then the idea is that the worms or the centipedes crawl in, they eat the food scraps, and they crawl back out. And you're left with some beautiful compost on the inside, plus you fed your worms. So you're kind of like even training your worms to come in and out. And so they are aerating your soil. It's very passive. You don't have to do anything. You just throw away your garbage in the mornings, right here. All right, let's go drill some holes, and I'll show you what I mean. To making your holes in your food grade plastic, I did just like I did with the aluminum cans. I start a hole with a much smaller drill bit, get the original hole in there, that way I don't crush my plastic, and then I try to find a drill bit that's the same size as the earthworms in my area. And then remember that this is a 5-star motel for your new spineless friends, so I do go back in and smooth out each one of the holes with this handy little file. That's the most labor intensive part of this project, that and burying it in your garden, because after that the worms do all the work. Okay, hopefully you can see me. I got to be careful where I step because my plants are starting to come up. And so in the very bottom of it, I just went ahead and put a little bit of the cardboard from a paper towel roll in the very bottom, and then I threw a little bit of the local soil into that, just maybe about the bottom inch or so. And then after that, I'm just gonna throw my garbage in there and wait for the worms to do their thing. And then that's it. Now, if you're worried about this thing filling up, you can make a bigger one. You can make it out of PVC. You can put them everywhere, wherever it's convenient for you to walk out to and throw your garbage away. So now, not only am I feeding my garden, but I'm also feeding my worms that are doing the gardening for me. Okay, you guys, happy April, love and light, blessed be.